Narayana namaskritya Narai chaiva narottamam Devam Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nastapaye Swabhadresu Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastiki Vede Ramane Chaiva Purane Bharate Tata Hadvancha Mahadecha Hari Sabati Gyayate Mokam Karoti Vachalam Pangu Langrate Grihi Yakipataham Vande Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhavan Dhamma Prajitu Kadavota Paramoni Masham Satan Vedam Vastavam Atavastu Shivadan Tapatayo Molana Sima Bhagavate Mahamani Kriteki Vai Para Ishwara Sadhyo Rudi Abarutati Trakitibita Krishanan Nigama Kapatalu Galitam Phalam Sukam Bhukan Travasam Yutan Pibhaktam Bhagavatam Rasamalaya Mahura Urasika Bhovi Bhavaka Yasavasyamanayam Krishna Paramapurushe Bhakti Uttapade Punsam Sokamoa Bhayapaha Atoyam Brahmasutanam Bharatata Mininayan Gurave Gurachandaya Rikatadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tabhaktaya Namo Nama Vanchakabhatruvischa Kripasnavicha Paritana Panibhivashnabhya Namo Nama Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are continuing the reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, Text 55. This is the topic of the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. So this whole chapter has been describing of course everything is in brief, about the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, the appearance, the marriage to Sita Devi, the banishment, the exile to the forests, and then on the 14th year, the kidnapping of Sita Devi by Ravana, by which the Lord had to wage a war with the monkeys with the monkey army to wage a war against Ravan. And eventually Ravan was killed along with his kinsmen, and then Sita Devi reunited with his beloved Lord Ramachandra. So the qualities of Sita Devi is being described, both Lord Ramachandra's qualities and also Sita Devi's quality. As they say that the whole world want a king like Lord Ramachandra, Ram Raja, and also the Sita Devi, who was the ideal wife of Lord Ram. So just like the men, just like the women, they want a husband like Lord Ramachandra, so the men also want a wife like Sita Devi, very dutiful wife. So our qualities is being. So today's verse is text number 55, which is the last verse in this chapter, the chapter 10 of the 9th canto. So we can just repeat together, we can just chant together, and then I will say something on the verse. Premna nuvritya shilena prasraya vanata sati bhiyariya cha bhavagya bhachu sitahara manaha. Premna anuvritya, because of service rendered to the husband with love and faith. Shilena, by such good character. Prasvaya avanata, always very submissive and ready to satisfy the husband. Sati, chaste. Bhiya, by being afraid. Riya, by shyness. Cha, also. Bhavagya, understanding the attitude of the husband. Bhatu, of her husband, Lord Ramachandra. Sita, Mother Sita. Aharat, simply captivated. Manaha, the mind. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta, Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki. Mother Sita was very submissive, faithful, shy, and chaste, always understanding the attitude of her husband. Thus, by her character and her love and service, she completely attracted the mind of the Lord. Purport. Looking for something here. As Lord Ramachandra is the ideal husband, Ekapatni Brata, Mother Sita is the ideal wife. Such a combination makes family life very happy. Yada charati shestata tabitaru janaha. Whatever example a great man sets, common people follow. If the kings, the leaders, and the brahmanas, the teachers, will set forth the examples we receive from Vedic literature, the entire world will be heaven. Indeed, there will no longer be hellish conditions within this material world. Just excuse me for a moment. Document. So I took some notes and I tend to locate within the iPad here. Somehow the note disappeared. Okay, good. So this is a very important verse here, by which describing the the mode of in terms of the relationship that is there between a man and a woman, and especially the chastity by which a woman is supposed to maintain the chastity. And of course, if a woman is maintaining chastity, the man is also has to be chaste. Both, it's not that it's not a one-way street. So husband and wife relationship is not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. The commitment must be there on both sides. And like Srila Prabhupada mentioned, that in the household where we have this kind of chastity, this type of commitment, then that household is usually a prosperous household. It's like a heavenly household. It's in Vedic scripture said that in a household where there's a loving dealing, especially the man performs his duty, and the woman also very, very chaste, perform her duty wonderfully. Then in such a household, Lakshmi Devi herself reside in that household. Otherwise, Lakshmi Devi, she becomes chanchala, moving away. But she stays in the household where there is this kind of a dealings between husband and wife. So in the Vedic scriptures, the woman chastity have been pretty much glorified. Women chastity were very much glorified in the Vedic scriptures. And there are some few Adya women who are in the estimation of the world calculation, they are considered to be very, very chaste. Like Sita Devi, by which we are, reading about here. Sita Devi, the wife of Lord Ramachandra. Then we have personalities like Draupadi, very, very ideal wife of the Pandavas. Draupadi was married to 5 husbands, and she was highly chaste, even though she was married to 5 husbands. Then we have somebody like Gandhari, the wife of Dhritarashtra, and Mandodari, the wife of Ravana. They are considered to be very, very highly chaste women in the society. Arundhati, of course, the wife of Vashishta Muni. Actually, he mentioned that if one insults such women, he said that to insult a chaste woman means to bring disaster in the duration of life. So such women, if they are insulted, then one can always expect the calamity. That cannot be any other procedure. Because due to the insult to Mother Sita, when Ravan came to kidnap her, and of course, Ravan did not really kidnap Sita. He only kidnapped the illusory Sita. Because after all, Sita Devi, she's the goddess, she's Lakshmi herself. She's, goddess, she's the Lord's energy. No one can really touch her. But in order to perform a lila, so an illusory, which means a duplicate Sita, was manifested. It was that duplicate Sita that was kidnapped by Ravan. So the original Sita was never touched by any materialistic person. But the Lord needed to perform a pastimes. So this whole thing was orchestrated. There was one time when Chaitanya Prabhu was traveling in South India, and he met a Brahmana. So this Brahmana was full of lamentation, because this Brahmana was is a devotee of Lord Ram, but he just could not reconcile the fact that the universal mother Sita, was kidnapped by Ravan. So he was always lamenting. Even when Chaitanya Prabhu came to his place, he was even unable to properly receive the Lord. So he was always lamenting. And then Chaitanya Prabhu told him that, look, Sita Devi was never touched by Ravan. It was an illusory Sita, Maya Sita, that was kidnapped by Ravan, not the actual Mother Sita. That is impossible. She's the Mother Nature. She's Mother Lakshmi herself. So no materialistic person can ever touch her. So this Brahmana was somehow pacified when he heard this from Chaitanya Prabhu. Now, to confirm this fact, when Chaitanya Prabhu was traveling in South India. So he found this book, this Matsya Purana. And within this Matsya Purana, it was written, it was discovered, it was proved that yes, indeed, Mother Sita was never touched by Ravan. It was simply Agnidev. Mother Sita went to stay with Agnidev because when that circle, which was drew by Lakshman, when he was going to the forest to be of help to Ramachandra, when he was going, he had drawn a circle, and he told Mother Sita that don't cross this circle. As long as you stay within this circle, you will be protected. So Lakshman had gone, and that time Ravan had come, so he wanted to, kidnap Sita Devi, but he could not cross this circle. He could not cross it. It's called Lakshman Rekha. Lakshman Rekha is very famous here in India. So he could not cross it because each time he tried to cross this circle, fire will come out, big fire. So of course he presented himself as a yogi. He said, "I'm a sannyasi, Bhiksha Dehi, I need some, give me some alms." Begging Mother Sita that I've come to collect alms. I'm a sannyasi. So of course Mother Sita is where he wanted to honor a sannyasi, but he could not. She didn't want to cross this circle, which was drawn by Lakshman. But saying that this sannyasi was keep begging, was standing there outside the circle, so Mother Sita, so she crossed the circle. So at that time, when she crossed the circle, at that time, the real Sita was withheld by Agnidev, and then illusory Sita came out on the other side, and with that illusory Sita that Ravan kidnapped. So anyway, there are so many pastimes which took place, by which the Lord wanted to perform a pastime, that the pastime by which is to neutralize the demoniac element. So the Ravan, who was basically Jain Vijay, Ravan Kumbhakarna, who were basically Jain Vijay in their original form, and they've come down to be a demon so that they could fight with the Lord. So in order to fulfill this prophecy of killing Ravan, because after Ravan has Jain Vijay, they had to come in 3 lifetimes. First, they already came as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They already came and they were killed by the Lord. Now they've not again come as Ravan and Kumbhakarna. Again, they had to be killed by the Lord because they had to be killed 3 times. So their third incarnation was the Shishupal and Dantavakra. So, but what is being emphasized in this verse is the chastity of women, the chastity. So the Srila Prabhupada had written here that by staying chaste and faithful to her husband, a woman enriches herself with supernatural power. So by this virtue of chastity, the women actually become very, very powerful. This is actually the strength of women, being chaste. It's not an ordinary thing. Like when Mother Gandhari, who was the mother of the Kauravas, when she was supposed to marry her husband, Dhritarashtra, so that time, she came from a very, illustrious family, kingdom. But when she was told that her husband to be was a blind man, because Dhritarashtra was born blind. So when she was told that she was a blind man, so she covered her eye. She wrapped her eye with a cloth so that she could not see, because she wanted to follow her husband. She wanted to follow her husband's footsteps. If her husband is blind, then I'm going to, cover my eye also. So in this way, she went to marry her husband. So her whole life, she always remained high covered. So doing so, she had accumulated so much power by doing so. So much power she had accumulated. So one time, before the battle of Kurukshetra, so that time Duryodhana, he had requested his mother to give him, blessing, benediction, necessary strength, so that he could become victorious in this battle that is coming up. So his mother, Gandhari, she said, okay, you come the next morning. You come the next morning, and I will give you a special strength if you come the next morning. And she come without wearing any clothes. You have to come in your birthday suit. So don't wear any dress. You come naked. So, because Gandhari, she was going to give him a special power. So the next morning, Duryodhana was coming. He was coming the next morning. But Krishna knows. After all, Krishna knows everything. So when Duryodhana was going to his mother's palace, so Krishna saw him. And he saw him walking naked to the palace of his mother, Gandhari. So Krishna says, hey, Duryodhana, what are you doing? Where are you going naked? Duryodhana said, well, I'm going to my mom naked. I have to go and see my mother. So Krishna said, you're going to see your mother like that? Aren't you feel shame? Walking, you're grown up, you're going to walk to your mother naked? So Krishna kind of tricked him. So, okay, so he covered his loin, his thigh. So he covered his private area, which included his thigh. So when he appeared before his mother, before Gandhari, so that time she opened her eye. So she opened her eye, so that by the glance of her eye, Duryodhana can become undefeatable. So that her eye, his whole body will become impenetrable by any weapon. So when she opened her eye, and she cast a glance at Duryodhana, and then she found that Duryodhana was not completely naked. He was covered, his lower part was covered. So she asked him that, why did you, I told you to come without any clothes. Why are you covering some part of your body? And then Duryodhana said, well, I was coming here, and, Anyway, she said, okay. Well, then she told him that, then he told her that, well, I could remove it if you like. No, he said, no. I could only open my eye only once, and that's it. So, and then she told him that, well, your whole body will be impenetrable by any weapon except where it was covered. So in this way, Duryodhana was not able to be defeated by any weapon except his lower part, which was covered, and that was how Bhima, killed him. And Gandhari was of course so powerful also that even at the end of the battle of Kurukshetra, when all our children were killed, millions and millions of soldiers, they were killed. All the women, of course, they became widows. So then Gandhari, she became angry with Krishna. She became angry, and they said, oh Krishna, you could have stopped this war. You could have, make a situation for this war not to happen. So therefore, just as my family were all destroyed, similarly also I caused your family to also be destroyed. So she caused the Yadu dynasty. That just as my family, all my family members, they killed themselves and destroyed themselves, I also caused you that your family member will also, destroy themselves. And of course, Gandhari, she was actually a devotee of Krishna. She's not, she was also a devotee. Just like Bhishma was also a devotee, but Bhishma was fighting with Krishna. But this is kind of a lila, it's kind of a pastimes. But so Krishna, he actually accepted the cause of Gandhari. He accepted the cause. He could have, he's the Lord himself. He's Yogeshwara. He's the master of all mystics. He could have easily neutralized the, whatever, anything. But because the Lord himself was thinking of the way by which the Yadu dynasty could be, could be eliminated so that they could go back, they could leave this world when he lives. So the Lord allowed this curse of Gandhari to happen. So the Lord told my Gandhari that, okay, all right, I accepted your curse. Your curse, I accepted this. So in this way, these powerful women, by the virtue of chastity, they were they become very, very powerful. Actually, there was one time when Draupadi once, she was with the Krishna's wife in a Kurukshetra, because during the eclipse, I think it was a solar eclipse. Normally, this is when people go to a place of pilgrimage. Just like a couple of days ago, we had an eclipse here, and all the temples were. Some are closed. So that time, everyone had gone to Kurukshetra. Everyone. So which include Krishna and all his queens, the Pandavas. Everyone had gone to Kurukshetra that time, because Kurukshetra is also a place of pilgrimage. So that time, the Krishna's queen, so they met Draupadi. They met Draupadi, and then they were having a discussion with her. So the Krishna's wife, they asked Draupadi that, how is it that, Draupadi, you have 5 husbands. How is it that you're able to satisfy all your husbands? How did you keep them? Because after all, the Pandavas, they will do everything for Draupadi. They waged big wars, just to satisfy Draupadi. The whole battle of Kurukshetra was fought because of insult to Draupadi. The whole battle of Kurukshetra. So the Krishna's wife were asking Draupadi that, how are you able to captivate your husband? How are you able to, to honor them? Whereas there are so many of us, 16,108 of us, we could not even, we could not even satisfy Krishna. Krishna is always thinking of somebody else. Especially Krishna is always thinking of the gopis in Vrindavan, even though he was a king in Dwarka with so many wives. And his wife, they are not ordinary women. These are the most beautiful women in the entire creation, both material and spiritual world. These are the Lakshmi themselves. But still, Krishna was always thinking of the gopis in Vrindavan. So the wife, they asked that, we could not even get Krishna to stay behind the house. And there are so many of us. So how were you able to satisfy your husband? Please tell us. And then Draupadi, this is from Mahabharata. So Draupadi was saying that he said, a woman can captivate the mind of her husband, thus drawing it away from anyone else in a way that is devoid of deceit. First he said there must not be hypocrisy. Deceit must not be there. She said to do so, a wife must first consider her husband to be her God. After all, it is he alone who can fulfill her desires for children, clothing, and all other things for a comfortable and enjoyable life. By always adoring her husband and promptly serving him with whatever he requires, a wife makes him feel that she really loves him. When a husband orders a maidservant to do something, a wife should do it herself. Whatever a man says to his wife in confidence should never be repeated to others. If a man hears someone repeat what he has confidentially told his wife, he certainly becomes irritated. A woman should consider all persons who are hostile towards her husband to be persona non grata. So which means to a woman, if someone is an enemy to her husband, she should consider that person her enemy. You see. She should never allow herself to be seen enjoying the company of other men, even to the extent of speaking privately with her own sons. Also, a good wife should shun the company of other women who are not of very good character. So this is from Mahabharata, by which Draupadi, when she was advising these, the Krishna's wife. So which means that for instance, here I mentioned in this text we are reading that Premna no Britya Shilenam, that the Sita Devi, she rendered service to her husband with great love. With love. We know hypocrisy just with love. And because of that loving service being rendered by the wife, so the man himself, he becomes subservient to the wife. A man is ready to give anything to his faithful and chaste wife. A man is ready to give everything. So, then Srila Prabhupada wrote in this in the purport of in Bhagavatam. So Srila Prabhupada said that a man should be an ideal servant of the Lord, and a woman should be an ideal wife, like the goddess of fortune. Then both husband and wife will be so faithful and strong that by acting together, they will return home back to Godhead without a doubt. Now there's a Srila Madhvacharya, he says this. Hari asmin stita eti shesta bharati bhavana chanyaste chagurao nitya shudranina brahmana dino bharatiyanam swamin tata hari bhava udarito. That just like a woman should think of her husband as the supreme Lord, similarly, a disciple should think of the spiritual master as the supreme personality of Godhead. So, and of course, it's not that we are advocating that this so-called the demand by the men that the women are like this, so therefore they should only serve the men, and at the same time the men they neglect their own duty. So, which means if a woman serves you, then you have to serve her back also. You have to serve her. One time, one person, he went to Srila Gokusha Das Babaji Maharaj. So this person went to him, and he told Babaji Maharaj that I've just married. Can you, please, bless me? Give me your instruction. What I should do to execute my household life. So Babaji Maharaj said, you've married a Krishna Dasi. So you are very fortunate because you've married a Krishna Dasi because your wife is Krishna's servant, not yours. So therefore, every day we should put a garland on her neck every day. You should prepare nice offering for her. She worship her nicely. And all that. After all, you've married a Krishna Dasi. Because Krishna Dasi is meant for Krishna's enjoyment. It's not meant for your enjoyment. It's Krishna's enjoyment. Like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said that, who do I call my wife? My wife is Krishna Dasi. Who do I call my son? Who do I call my daughter? My daughter is Krishna Dasi. And who do I call my son? My son is Krishna Das. And what is this house? This is Krishna's house. This house is meant for Krishna's service. So now, what is my position? Is that my position is I am simply a caretaker. So in this way, a thoughtful man will never think that his wife is meant to be is meant for his enjoyment. He will never think that way. He sees himself as simply somebody who is simply acting on behalf of Krishna. So this is some of the points which have been put here in the Vedic scriptures, that the chastity and faithfulness by which the lady should exercise. There was an incident here in Vrindavan during the Krishna Lila. So one time, you know, the word was going around that, you know, Srimati Radharani, that she's been unchaste. That she was unchaste, that she's unchaste, you know, everyone's talking about her, especially Kutila. Kutila is Radharani's sister-in-law. Radharani is supposedly married to Abhimanyu, and Kutila is the sister of Abhimanyu. So in this way, so Kutila will go around saying that, oh, this Radharani, she's always, you know, going to Krishna, even though she's married, that what kind of unchaste woman is this? So one time, then Krishna manifested a lila. Krishna became sick. He was having a fever. So Krishna was having a fever, and I think Radharani came to Vrindavan and said, oh, Krishna is having a fever, and the only way by which this fever could be cured is if a chaste lady could bring water from Yamuna. Bring water from Yamuna, and by pouring this water on Krishna's head, then his fever will go away. You know, Vrindavan, Krishna is Brijabasi's life. Krishna is their prana, prananath. So everyone, of course, when Krishna is sick, so Dio Brijabasi, Dio became worried. Everyone is full of anxiety. So now Radhamuni has said now that only chaste woman could bring water from Yamuna, and the water from Yamuna, the pots which they will use to bring water from Yamuna, this pot will have 100 holes. So there's a pot with 100 holes. If any chaste woman could bring water from the Yamuna with this pot, and without any water dropping from the pot, then Krishna's fever will cure. So many women who pride themselves of being chaste, so everyone was going to Yamuna to bring to take water from Yamuna with this pot that is full of holes. And of course, as soon as they take the water with the pot, immediately all the water will come out. So their proof of chastity, you know, been defeated. So all the women in Vrindavan, then Kutila, she said, oh, I'm very chaste, you know, I'm very, very chaste woman. Just see me. So she took the pot to Yamuna, she took the water. And as soon as they filled up the pot, immediately all the water came out. So in this way, she was defeated. And then, of course, then she was feeling shameful. But now it was not the turn of Srimati Radharani to go and bring the water from Yamuna with the same pot. So she went, and with the pot, she took the water from Yamuna with the same pot. Not a single drop came out. Not a single drop of water came out of the pot. And then so she brought the pot of water to, you know, to everyone, to the sage. So in this way, our chastity was proof that yes, this is a rich chaste woman. And of course, with that water, of course, you know, Krishna's fever went away. That yes, she's the only chaste woman in Vrindavan. You know. And when we talk of this chastity, what the chastity means. Chastity is the object of our life, the object of our affection. What is the object of our life? The object of our life is Krishna. Krishna is the life of devotees. There is no other object. Krishna is the only life of devotees, you know. So which just as the woman chastity to be a deer, which means a devotee of Krishna, the chastity must be there. The chastity of a devotee must be there. Which means to think of no any other object of attraction. As they said that Anya Bilasita Sunyam, Jnana Kamadhyana Ritam, Anukuyana Krishna Nusilan Bhakti Uttama, that Anya means any other object. A devotee cannot be dissuaded from any other object of life, either karma or gyan, you know, or desire for mystic perfection, desire for sense enjoyment, or impersonal liberation. A devotee cannot be destroyed by any of those things. Anukuyena Krishna no. Anukuyena Krishna no means that a devotee is only motive in life is to simply do those things which pleases Krishna. Krishna no Shilanam, which means what is most favorable for Krishna. This is a devotee's endeavor. There is no other endeavor for devotees. This is chastity. And also it mentioned that how a disciple must be very, very chaste to the guru. A disciple must be very chaste to the guru's instructions, to the guru's idea, if he wants to attain the ultimate goal of life. This is actually very, very important, because sometimes, we get spiritual instructions, and after some time, we start thinking that, oh, maybe there's something else. Maybe I'm not hearing everything from the guru. Maybe I can hear something else from somebody else, or this, that. The chastity, all this not be there. For example, we have sometimes, like many devotees, they come here to Vrindavan, primarily Western devotees. So they came here to Vrindavan, through the auspice of ISKCON, and then after they spend some time, they start thinking that, oh, maybe I'm not hearing Raskata, I'm not hearing Raslila, maybe there's something that is lacking here. So therefore, then they start going out somewhere else. First, maybe they go to Godemat. I'm not being political here, okay? So they go to Godemat to hear something. They say, oh. And then they go there, they're not satisfied, and then they go to another place, Radhakund. They will try different Babajas. Hear from this one, hear from that one, that one. Still, there's no satisfaction. And then they come back, then they go to this Sampradaya, that Sampradaya. So these kind of people, we call them jumpers. They be jumping from this one, that one, that one, that one. So, because there's no chastity there. So how can you ever attain the goal of life? The goal of life cannot be attained by not being chaste to what you have been given, by what you have been given, initially. Because the mind that is telling you that, oh, maybe this is not adequate, this is not enough, the same mind that is following you when you go to another place is the same mind that is telling you, oh, maybe this is good. And after some times, you start finding inadequacy there also. And so the same mind is taking you from one place to another place. So, whereas the problem is being unable to really control your mind. The problem is not where you are giving birth, where you are giving spiritual birth. That's not the problem. The problem is your own crazy mind that is telling you, okay, you can go this way, you can go that way. Or you keep going, you never really attain any, any perfection. And this is within our experience. We have seen those kind of devotees who have gone here and there. It has never been any really satisfaction in their life. So therefore, it's very, very important to be chaste to what you have been given. And if you remain chaste to that, so ultimately, the Lord will be merciful unto us. The Lord's mercy will be there if you remain chaste to what you have been given. Just as the chastity of a woman has been glorified that way. So therefore, what's been written here by the character and service of Lord Ramachandra, that Lord Ramachandra, because of his deep affection for Sita Devi, so his entire life he remained ekpatni vrata. He only married one wife. He never married any other. He married just one wife. Even though as a king is allowed to marry several women, but he married only one wife, ekpatni. And at the same time also, so Sita Devi was also remained deeply chaste to Lord Ramachandra. When he was going to the forest, as exile. That time they were just married, and they just got married that time. So when they were going to the forest, Sita Devi said, okay, I have to go with you to the forest. I have to go with you to the forest. But the Lord said that, how are you going to come with me to the forest? In the forest, there's so many wild animals, so many tigers, so many things, so many rakshasas. How are you going to come with me to the forest? He said, no, I've married to you only. I can only be with you only. This palace doesn't mean anything to me. I can only be with you. So what's so-called fear in the forest? If you are there, you are everything to me. So in this way, she went to the forest with Lord Ramachandra. And also, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took sannyas, Mahaprabhu took sannyas at the age of 24. But that time his wife Vishnu Priya, she was that time 16 years old. When Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, she was 16. So it's not that, she wasn't thinking that, no, I'm just 16 years old, so there my husband, he had taken sannyas, so therefore let me marry somebody else. No. She remained devoted to her husband, Mahaprabhu. That every day she will be chanting. She'll be chanting her mala every day, and each time she finishes one run, she will put a grain of rice on the side. So she will chant all day long, and whatever had been accumulated, that's what she will cook and eat herself. So in this way, she remained deeply in thought of her husband, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and with deep concentration, she will do a Nam Japa, and then in this way, she'll, doing a service to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like if you go to Navadip, the temple of Vishnu Priya is there. If you go there, it's a place of pilgrimage for many devotees, who go to Navadip. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so thank you very much. There's so much to be talked about in this, in this episode. And of course, what's been described is just a brief lila of Lord Ramachandra. And if you want to know more about the Lord's pastime, you can read Ramayana. Ramayana is there. And of course, there are so many different versions of the Ramayana. So thank you very much. You can, if there's any question or answer or comments, you can please make. Okay, let me just put this one here. So anybody want to add something? So I'll read the text again, and then we can end the class. So Mother Sita was very submissive, faithful, shy, and chaste, always understanding the attitude of her husband. Thus, by her character and her love and service, she completely attracted the mind of the Lord. So this is a very, very wonderful text. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Granth Rasham Bhagavatam ki, Gopi Menande.